My biggest argument is I think animals are inferior to us. I guess I'm a speciesist,
Okay.
and I think animals are inferior to the point where it's morally okay to eat them.
Then let's find out where your line is. Say there was a guy here walking his dog, and his dog started doing a poo on the street, and he kicked it.
Yeah.
Is that because that dog is inferior to the man? Is that okay?
No, I think it's not okay.
Would you say it's okay to have a pig that lives for 6 months in a cage and then has its throat cut with a knife? Is okay? Well, I would say that's a worse form of abuse than that man kicking the dog.
Yeah, I agree.
So, would you give it a go? Like, will you try a week from now? Like,
yeah, I will.
Yeah?
I would actually.
So it's Ethan?
Yeah, Aaron. Nice to meet you, Aaron.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming for a civil conversation.
Of course.
My sign here, it says, if you're against animal cruelty, you should be vegan. Change my mind.
Okay.
Take it away.
My biggest argument is I think animals are inferior to us, and we have bigger issues to worry about. Like kind of like he said, I disagreed with most of what he said.
Yep.
But I guess I'm a speciesist.
Okay.
And I think animals are inferior to the point where it's morally okay to eat them.
Okay.
That's my main argument.
It's quite refreshing to talk to someone that just owns it. That's like, I'm happy to be a speciesist. Because most people like to say, no, I love animals. Like
speciesist, that's the right word.
Speciesist, yeah. A lot of people say I'm against animal cruelty, and they make excuses for this. It's cool that you're happy to own that you're a speciesist.
Yeah.
Can I just ask you a few things?
Yeah.
Because you're a speciesist, animals are inferior to us, you said.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything's okay to do to an animal?
No.
Where's the line then?
I don't know. I'd say it probably depends on the animal, for one.
Okay, well, let me ask you, maybe this might help us figure out some common ground. The difference between a pig and a dog. What is the difference? I don't think one's food and one's a pet. That's in your head. That physically, there's no difference. What is the difference between the two? Besides, what's the way you view them in your head?
Like, as a moral standard, you're saying?
I suppose so, but physically, is there a difference between those two animals?
Yeah, of course.
I don't mean appearance-wise. In terms of let's say in terms of moral value.
Yeah. In terms of moral value, I actually think dogs and pigs that's a good example of two animals that are pretty equal. I'd say, because they're both intelligent.
Yep.
And
there've been studies that have done that pigs are smarter than 3-year-old kids.
They're super smart.
Super smart.
And wild boars could survive on their own. Yeah. So
Awesome.
I think that's an example of two animals being pretty equal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then let's find out where your line is.
Okay.
Someone say there was a guy here walking his dog, and his dog started doing a poo on the street, and he kicked it.
Yeah.
Is that because that dog is inferior to the man? Is that okay?
No, I think it's not okay. Yeah.
So kicking the dog, not okay.
No, okay.
Then would you say it's okay to have a pig that lives for 6 months in a cage and then has its throat cut with a knife? Is okay? Because I would say that's a worse form of abuse than that man kicking the dog.
Yeah, I agree. I would hope that these places, and I know that they don't follow them, I would hope that they have rules and raise them in an ethical way before they're killed.
Can I make 2 quick points on that?
Yeah, of course.
Number 1, there are rules.
Yeah.
Some of the rules state that pigs can have their teeth cut off without pain relief, tails cut off without pain relief, and the current ethical, humane way to kill pigs in Australia is to put them in a CO2 gas chamber where they'll thrash and suffocate for 2 to 3 minutes. That is legal and okay.
That's bad.
Number 2, even though there are rules that are meant to protect animals' welfare, for decades, investigators have been going into farms, even the high welfare farms, and seeing horrendous forms of animal cruelty. The rules aren't enforced. So there's a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, so I think maybe the focus should be to enforce those rules and maybe make better rules. Then that's what I would think.
I suppose my objection to that is we've been saying that for years. So in 2014, there was a documentary came out just on Australian pig farms. The pork industry came out and said, that's just a couple of bad farms. They're they're not all like that. We have really high standards. We have all these rules, publish all these rules they have.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. All right. Do better. Then 4 years later, the same company produced a new documentary, all new farms, all new slaughterhouse, saying the exact same thing. The industry came out again and said, no, we're doing this, we're doing that. They're just capturing the bad farms, blah, blah, blah. They published uncut footage, hours of footage of gas chambers, seeing all the pigs going through the same thing. Every bit of footage they capture, they publish uncut, you can watch it all.
Yeah.
Then, just last year, we saw in one of the pig farms in South Australia that was meant to be a high welfare pig farm, probably the worst case of animal abuse I've ever seen. Pigs living literally up to their bodies in mud and shit, just the most horrendous living conditions you've ever seen. All these sick pigs on a farm that's meant to be following the high welfare rules. So I've lost faith in that people are going to enforce these rules.
Yeah.
And I don't think we should look for a better way to do a bad thing when we could also just not do the bad thing and just eat something else?
Well, I heard you talk about demand, which I fully agree with. When then, as a consumer, the best course is to spend your money on a pig farm that does follow the rules, or do all of them? You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's impossible to know. Like,
Yeah,
if
it's
you're buying from a supermarket, absolutely impossible to know. If you're buying from a local market, even trickier, because they'll tell you, oh no, our pigs are happy. Of course they're going to say that. But like, I went to the local pig farm in Mullumbimby. It's like probably the tip top in Australia where you can get like local free range organic, like the best quality food. And he told me that he sends his pigs to, I think it's the Benalla slaughterhouse, where they kill their pigs in gas chambers at 6 months old.
Yeah, that's fucked.
It's fucked. So if you think that's fucked,
Yeah.
do you think you should be paying for it?
No.
And I think it says to me, like, back to your original point where you said they're inferior, they're beneath us. I don't really think you hold that belief, because I think that you understand that they do deserve some moral consideration, right?
I think you hold that belief.
Well, no, but from what you said,
if there's a human kid and a pig, and it's theoretical, but someone said you have to kill one, you would choose the pig. You know, so there is.
No, sorry, I wouldn't choose the pig.
You wouldn't?
No. If there's a human child and a pig, no, absolutely, I think I would choose the human child.
See, I think that's fucked up, to be honest.
But
I don't know why. I can't really explain why, but
I don't think, and it's a really interesting point you brought up, and I'd love to elaborate on that.
Okay.
I don't think a pig or a cow or a chicken is at the same moral consideration or worth as a human. I don't know where the line is, but where my line is I don't think that they're worth that much less that we can kill them.
Yeah.
Like, I think that the minimum that they deserve is the right to their own life. They've never done us any wrong. They've never done a single thing wrong to us. So I think the minimum we owe to them is just not to kill them.
Yeah, I think I'm more concerned about how they're raised than I don't think the killing. I think that's just exactly where our disconnect is.
Yeah.
Is killing okay? I was just in Sri Lanka before this, and in the streets of like the villages, like all the cows and the pigs and the goats like run around the whole town, and the kids like play with them.
Yeah.
And it just feels like this good environment for them.
Yep.
And of course, at the end of their life, they're killed. And who are we to say as like Westerners that should be banned? And I know you're not. I know.
I think we can say that, absolutely. Like, if other cultures are doing something reprehensible, like if they were beheading people, we would say that's not okay.
Yeah.
They're doing it to animals when they don't need to. Like, and I think it's, some people like to think, oh no, in these cultures they have to do it, like it's their way of life kind of thing. Like, the crew that we work with sometimes, Anonymous for the Voiceless, they have chapters in Uganda and Ghana and all these places where people say, no, they can't be vegan. You can be vegan anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
it can be done.
Yeah.
There are so many excuses people bring up to try and justify killing animals, when ultimately no one needs to kill animals. Maybe there are a few fringe cases, like people, like tribes living in the Amazon, where that's their only means of survival. Like, I'm not going to go out there and tell them, but it's a 99.999% of people can and should.
Yeah.
I think.
I still think it comes from a bit of a place of privilege to be able to, for us as like Western, like I'm from America, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's not unfortunate.
But to go into like a third world country and be like, oh, like this, like I agree if it's like beheading a person, that's one thing, but
the arguments that I'm making here, you say comes from a point of privilege. I can understand that, how it looks like that. I'm making the exact same arguments as the activists in Uganda who are telling their own people, we shouldn't be doing this. Look how easy it is to not do this.
Yeah, I think it's different for them to tell their own people than for us to tell them.
But it's no, I'm not telling them, but I would tell it to any person, because just as humans, I think we owe animals the decent, the decency to not kill them. And the message is exactly the same, whether it comes from me or comes from the activists in Uganda. It doesn't matter who it comes from. The message is the same, that we should leave the animals alone.
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe a lot of people don't actually understand the premise behind veganism, and it's not just a diet. It's not just like it. The premise behind veganism is it's just the ethical principle that you live by, like your kind of guiding compass that you live by, where you don't view animals as something that we can harm, exploit, abuse, or kill. We understand that animals have their own purpose, their own right to live, and we just leave them alone. Because everything that we want or need, like our necessities, things that we need to survive, we can get and be completely healthy from non-animal sources.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So if you know that you can get everything you need to be healthy, to thrive, if you're like, you look like a fit guy, if you want to be an athlete, like I got photos here of all these like vegan athletes, like participating at the top of their game. Like, if these guys can do it, wherever it is, anyone can do it. Like,
I agree. Like,
so
I
what would be, if you can do it, what's stopping you? What is holding you back from stopping paying for this?
I think it's just like, I think we are at a moral impasse of like the level of which like an animal is worth to kill or not to kill. You know, I don't know. And maybe we won't get past that. But.
Well, I think there's a way we might find maybe a way around it.
Yeah. Okay.
let me ask you this question. I don't agree with this.
Yeah.
But let's say I granted you that there were some humane farms out there, and like we're places where okay, the animals are raised really well and they're killed super humanely and they don't feel any pain, they're not scared and whatever.
Yeah.
Those cases are such a very slim amount of farms you can get it from. Let's say they exist and you found them.
Yeah.
Let's say I said, okay, eat meat from them, or eat your eggs or milk from a farm like that.
Yeah.
Would you agree that the 99.9% of cases where you can get animal products comes from a place like this? This is the standard across the world. In the US, in Australia, these factory farms, and even the free-range farms have terrible conditions on them, and they get sent to the same slaughterhouses. Would you say that, okay, unless I can get it from a place where it fits your definition of respect and care for animals, then you should stop paying for this?
Sorry, will you just repeat the question part?
Sorry, like, if you could get it, like if I granted you can, if you want to eat meat and eggs and stuff, get it from those places.
Yeah.
But all other cases, if you don't know where it's come from and you don't know if it's come from a place like that, you shouldn't buy it.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, but like I said earlier, I think then the focus should be on improving those. But I guess like you said, then they never do improve those.
Exactly.
But
and in the meantime, if you're not trying to find those places and you're just buying the beef burger because it's easy, you're paying for this, and you are you're part of the reason this.
But that's a different argument, isn't it? I'm just talking about veganism, like versus non-veganism.
Okay.
And you're talking like places that treat their animals cruel versus the ones that don't. You know.
Well, no.
So you agree that that veganism itself isn't necessarily evil? Is that what you're saying? Because there are examples, and I actually think hunting is like okay. More like I think it's better than this.
Maybe I wasn't clear enough when I said that before.
Okay,
I said I don't agree with this. I don't agree that there are farms like even if it was a beautiful farm and the animal got to live for like 5 years before we killed it.
Yeah.
Like because even on the free range organic farms, we kill animals when they're a fraction of their natural lifespan.
Yeah.
I don't think that we have the right to kill that animal, even if it's had a good life, even if we've raised it really well. If you're someone who really takes good stewardship of your animals and you are actually proud of the care that you take of those animals, you shouldn't kill them because that's the worst thing you could do for them. You're literally taking their life away from them. So like, it's just such a, I think a hypocritical thing to do to say, oh no, I've cared for this animal so well, I'm going to kill it now.
Yeah, maybe this is like a bad example, but isn't the most humane way to like put down a dog is to do it yourself and not let it die? You know what I mean? Like, isn't that
like
more
to go
human?
and euthanize it?
At
a vet, like where they give it the lethal injection and it just kind of slowly
that's
falls
an example
asleep.
of us killing an animal that's morally better, right?
No animal that we kill for food and for clothing is done in that way. That would be and I think like
well, that's an example
an example. That's an example where I think killing an animal is like it's the moral thing to do, to put it out of its suffering kind of thing. Like if it's when a dog gets old, that kind of thing, right? I don't think that case justifies this. I think they're two very separate,
different things.
Yeah, like
So
and
you think owning a dog, is that okay or no?
Like, that's a tricky one because it's a very similar argument because like most of the places where you can get a dog comes from like puppy farms or like breeders that don't take great care of their animals and stuff. And all the investigations that have been done in Australia into these like certified breeders, like they end up being from puppy mills and these really shitty farms. So I personally wouldn't buy a dog. My thing is if I want to have animals, I want to get rescue animals. Like I've just adopted 9 rescue chickens.
Oh, awesome.
And it's like one of the best things I've done, man. I love these. Like
awesome.
And I think more people that spend time with animals and like the time that I'm spending with these chickens, even like not from a vegan perspective, but you just see the way they interact with each other and their little social hierarchies and the way they socialize with each other. Like I've got a rooster and chicken at the moment that are boyfriend and girlfriend. They won't leave each other's side. They love each other. Like when you spend time with the animals and you see that they have these connections, it's so easy to just be like, wow, I shouldn't actually kill these animals. They're operating on a level that I think they deserve the respect of not being killed. So like leaving this conversation because we don't want to go for too long, but if you leave here, like you know what happens at like everywhere you go in this area to purchase an animal product, whether it's food or clothing, it is 99% guaranteed that it's come from a place like this. Are you happy leaving here knowing that you are paying for this? Or would you like to learn how to not pay for it and eat just as delicious food, get just as many nutrients? Would you like to learn that?
I think I already knew that it was this bad. I guess maybe I'm wrong in thinking this, but for me it's more just the question of like veganism as like a philosophical question. If like it's like okay ever or no. Because I think would you agree that there's levels to it? Like this is worse than hunting. Like you would agree that this is worse than hunting?
I think there are definitely levels, right?
But it's all bad.
I think the dangerous thing is to get to a point where it's like, oh, okay, there's a better way to do a bad thing. Like there are ways where we don't keep them in cages for 6 months of their life, and like you know, I can see the argument that, oh yeah, this deer has been free range and then it just gets shot in the head and it's dead. But like, that deer also has its own like reasons for living, and it's doing its own thing, and we don't need to go and kill it. Like, we can just leave it and just go and eat something else.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get to a point where I'm trying to justify taking an animal's life when I know that I don't need to, and no one needs to.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
And I have one more point, if that's okay.
Of course.
I think, and I live in a hostel right now.
Yeah.
And I just I see just everyone there, including myself, kind of like just living a paycheck to paycheck style life.
Yeah.
And we just have everyone just has so much going on, and we're in one of the richest countries in the world.
Yep.
You know, I just think this goal of vegans is it feels a bit, to me, I don't want to say far-fetched, but
Unrealistic.
maybe it's just something that we need to address as a human species down the line, because right now there's not to sound like this guy that was here earlier, but it does seem like there is some obstacles that we need to get over first before we could get off of something like this. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's an interesting point, because I think someone said this to me once, because I used to make very similar arguments when I was before I was a vegan, right? And someone said to me, they're like, you can be against all of those things and against this.
Yeah.
It's not like you have to pick one or the other. We have to focus on this war or these human rights issues in wherever.
Yeah.
You can be against all those things. You can be fully advocating for, the kids in Cambodia to get mosquito nets so they're not getting malaria, stuff like that, and not pay for that. You can do both. And
True.
the thing that most people think is it's too hard to be vegan. It's fucking so easy, man. Everywhere you go here, you can ask for a vegan option. Maybe not at Papa John's Chicken. I don't think you'll get it there. But everywhere else, you can get a vegan option. You just need to ask. And if you're cooking at home in the hostel, I don't know, you might not cook in the hostel.
I do.
Yeah? All you need to do, if you're cooking a spaghetti bolognese, or if you're cooking a stir fry, whatever you cook, you just go on Instagram or YouTube and you search spaghetti recipe vegan.
Yeah.
You find a video with 1 million views, cook that, and then you're no longer contributing to that.
That's true.
Is that something that would you be open to, for example, for a week, trying it and just seeing how easy it is? When you go out to eat, you say, hey, what's your vegan option? Try that.
I did try it for 3 months.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then at home, whatever you normally cook, if you cook pesto pasta recipe, vegan. It's the same price. These days, vegan ingredients are the same price as animal product ingredients. It's not more expensive. It's easy to do. You just got to find the recipe. You obviously need to learn a new recipe, but that's not that hard.
Not that hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you be open to trying it?
Of course.
Giving it a full go?
I did give it a full go.
And what made you stop? What made you go back to want to paying for this?
I was playing university basketball, and my iron levels got a little low.
Yeah.
I think if I did it again, I could take iron supplements and be okay.
Yeah. Well, even not supplementing. I printed this out just the other day because people always bring up iron to me. Do you know about heme iron and non-heme iron?
A bit. It's
bit?
Oxygen.
Well, it's animal products contain heme iron, which is easily absorbable by the body.
Yeah.
Plant products contain non-heme iron, which is trickier for the body to absorb. So it absorbs it at a lesser rate.
Yeah.
Doctors always recommend, if you're low on iron, you need to eat more red meat, right? If we look at the amount of iron that is in a steak, in a serving, you get about 5 milligrams of iron. If we look in this chickpea curry with chickpeas and leafy greens, there's about 9.5 milligrams of iron in that serving.
Chickpeas,
or an iron booster smoothie, about 7.9 milligrams. These are easy ways to get
I do
iron.
love chickpeas.
This shows the absorption rate in percent, right? So the percentage of that your body will actually absorb. And then it shows, so the amount that your body actually absorbs from a serving is from the steak, it's 1 milligram. From the chickpea curry, it's 1.42 milligrams. So you don't,
I know it's from vitamin C. You need vitamin C.
Yeah, so in that you would put a bit of lemon juice on that, and then your body absorbs it better, right?
Easy, yeah.
So you don't need to, if you have an iron deficiency, a lot of people think I have a red meat deficiency.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's an iron deficiency. And you can get that from plant sources.
Yeah, okay.
All you need to do if you're noticing you're low on iron, high iron vegan meal. It's just that easy.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Okay.
So would you give it a go? Will you try a week from now?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah?
I would actually.
Dude, will you shake on it? Because it's not hard, man. All I'm asking for is a week. And I think after a week you will realize, fuck, this is actually easy and I can keep doing it.
Yeah, my hostel gives out free meals that usually have meat, so I don't want to shake on it, but I will commit to less.
Okay.
I will commit to less. And as much as I know we're arguing, but it is something I do struggle a little bit with morally. It is on my mind a bit.
Yeah. Can I ask, this documentary, have you seen this kind of stuff before?
I've seen Food Inc.
Food Inc. Okay.
Yeah.
This documentary here is called Dominion.
Dominion.
And it's available for free on YouTube.
YouTube, okay.
One thing that I tell people when we get to this point of the conversation, I like to tell people is once you understand the why, why it's important to go vegan, why these animals deserve the right to their life,
Yeah.
and you understand a bit about the animals, which this documentary does perfectly. Like if you watch this documentary, it's an hour and a half out of your life. Once you understand the why, the how becomes very easy. It just becomes a non-negotiable promise that you make to yourself. You're like you look at those animal products and you're like, that's not even something I register as food anymore.
Yeah.
I just find something else. So I would say if you're going to try it for a week, please find some time to watch this, see what it is, what you're paying for. Have you got your phone? Maybe type it in now so you don't forget. You got the YouTube app?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
I'll remember Dominion.
Dominion 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, search that up. You'll find it. And like, please watch that. It's like, you know Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah.
He narrates it. And Sia, the famous singer, like
he's a vegan? He's
a vegan, hardcore vegan, man. Like he's always doing activism and stuff.
Cool.
So yeah, look, I think like I can tell you've got a good heart, man, and you're a smart guy. Like any challenges that you would run into, you would figure out. Like I can tell you're the kind of guy that could figure it out.
Okay.
Because if you don't, you're going to be paying for this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate this. I think it went well. So
yeah,
thanks.
Awesome
Nice to meet you, Aaron.
conversation, man.